welcome back to Hermitcraft. Alright, well, this tree farm, I'd say is, for what I've got it set up for dark oak, it's pretty much complete. I have to bring one more load of carpet out here to finish covering all the hoppers, but everything's in place. I have a little barrier back here to prevent creepers from hopping up and joining the fun and causing some rapid unplanned disassembly of hoppers and personnel and so on. But that's not a minor thing, not a big deal, all things considered. But for the most part, for what this is set up to do, create dark oak trees, it's complete. So I figured I'd do one thing here. I put all my stuff in here, and I made sure this is clear, and I waited to make sure that there is nothing else in the hopper chain coming here, and I have no saplings or logs on me. So I figured that this would be a good time to do one good test of the farm's performance, and that is cut down everything in it and determine what is the total take in terms of logs and saplings and even apples. So, without further ado, let's rock. Alright, there we go. Just need a few minutes for the last of those leaves to despawn, and any saplings that may fall from them. And okay, so far we've got, let's see, just throw it all up in there. Okay, that's like 7 stacks of logs, well, almost 7 stacks, 5 apples, and 60 saplings. And unless I miss my guess, 60 saplings is going to be more than enough to replant this whole thing. At 4 saplings per planting pad. Yeah. So I'm going to take a second and do that. So 61 saplings. Oh, almost a little bit more. Almost 8 stacks of logs now. Great. All right, 63 saplings I have on me. only takes 4 per pad. So that means that this farm is achieved what I wanted, one of the things I wanted, which was to have it produce more saplings than it takes to replant the thing. Because when I was first harvesting dark oak up here, I was getting back not enough saplings to replant what I'd cut. Now I am. So the spacing issue with allowing enough space for maximum leaf generation is what I needed. Now this is, as I said, finished for now. I'm thinking I may very well go so far as to expand this thing in that direction by adding on sections for oak, birch, and spruce. Because what's a tree farm if it doesn't have all the different kinds of trees? So that's what I'm thinking about doing, although not right away. In the meantime, I'm going to grab my stuff and some of this wood and head elsewhere. Alright, so I figured what I'd do is get finished with that nether tunnel thing. So I've got a bunch of glass here, and I made up more of the lime dye. I don't know if 2 stacks of glass is, or well, if I guess a bit over 4 stacks. I don't know if that's going to be quite enough, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see. I'm going to leave the dye here. I don't need any more of the iron blocks. Let's get the slabs and the polished diorite. I got any more diorite over here? Yes, I do. Good. Let's go ahead and polish all of that up. We really need this stuff in slabs and stairs and all the other forms. I don't know why they never did that. It's just kind of a really big no-brainer. All right. I've already got the granite. I'm not going to use the andesite on that. And the granite is actually for delivery for work on the tunnel ceiling. Okay. Off to the nether. And I think the first priority... I went back and got a little bit of smooth stone here. I think the first priority here is to get expand the platform a little bit and get a structure built around this portal so that one can be in the neighborhood without getting blown up. And let's get rid of some of this because I don't need the thing to be that big. Alright, let's expand this out here. Say 3 blocks in every direction from the portal. That should be sufficient. All right. Let's try this. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall. Okay, that looks good to me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah. Do it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect them together along the top. You know, just as an observation, in real life, I have a major problem with heights. I can't stand heights at all. But in Minecraft, I have no problem getting up on a precarious position like this above a lake of, or ocean of lava in the Nether. Doesn't bother me in the least. All right, for roofing material, I think it needs to just be slabbed. I don't really want a big zombie pigman problem. Yeah, this will take care of that. And it's got the benefit of being gas explosion proof. Although the big secret to being proof against gas is if they can't see you, they won't shoot at you. Hello. All right, ducking out. All right, now if something disastrous happens, I'm pretty much at home. All right, head back in. And I did take a cut there and figure out what I wanted to do with this construction-wise. And I think what I want to go with is follow the theme on my minecart tunnel and use granite walls. They're obviously quite good at stopping explosions and gas attacks. I should perhaps concentrate on getting the bottom 2 blocks done all the way around. What do you think? Yeah. Oh no! Whole stack of it blown off the edge. I have a little bit left here. Oh man, that's a bummer. The stuff is not exactly super cheap. Okay, this here. Oh crap! I made this designed on a 4 wide, and it needs to. Oh, I'm going to have to redesign and reshape this thing because the tunnel path, the path, and the tunnel that's going to come out here is going to be 3 wide, and it's going to be off center with this frickin' even width thing. Which, well, going to have odd width with the thing for the path, but going to have even width for the building because that's what matches the portal. Okay. I am out of granite because a whole stack of it went into the lava. All right, fine. I am going to head down to where I left off with the tunnel. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, How much slabs do I have left? 2 stacks, 3 stacks almost. Okay, it's time to finish slabbing this off, and then I'll meet up with you back at the other end of the tunnel and we'll get the glass finished. Alright, this should be a fairly straightforward deal to just finish off this part of the tunnel. Get it glassed in all the way over there to where it meets up with the netherrack. And then that netherrack, I'm thinking, put the clay down the sides, and then for the top, dig upwards, open it up, and glass it. Alright, I ran out of glass again, so what I decided was to go ahead and finish the roof part of this first, and then I'll fill in the sides as I get a hold of some more glass. And then for this area, let's see, throw a little bit of light in here so I can see, so that the video actually shows up with something. For this area, since it's enclosed, I don't want the netherrack showing. So tear a bunch of this out and then just replace it with the clay. And then as I get more glass, I finish these walls out here first, and then get more glass and start tearing out the roof of this and have the glass ceiling extend the whole way. Okay, would you believe all that clay I had, I ran out just this short of finishing up. And to make it extra special, these guys kept getting down into spots like into here and standing right between the join between the 2 blocks, so that I couldn't put anything there. So I just walled him in, and he can stay there until he despawns. And here's another one. Yeah, they're real special. So before I can do more on this, I need to get more glass and more clay and get the clay and glass cooked up to the right color and so on. So there is another aspect to this that I have not yet addressed, and that is the fact that I want the whole place lit up, the entire tunnel, the whole way, and I don't want any torches involved. And I don't think I want to use glowstone. So I'm thinking it's time for me to head out to a place that I actually haven't been to yet on here, and that is the Guardian Farm, where those sea lanterns and such can be obtained. So I believe to get there, actually it should be out this tunnel. So let's hop in the minecart, take a ride, and find out. Okay, this has proven to be a rather long minecart ride. It means that I don't think I'd want to take this trip in the overworld. It must be a long way. Let's go through here and have a look at this place. All right. Ooh, look at this. That's rather epic looking up there on the mountain. Great. And of course the phone rings. Alrighty, I'm back. I was just looking around at this place while I was on the phone, and this thing is awesome. I tell you, this portal build itself is amazing. It's really, really cool. I love this. XB is one heck of a builder. That looks great. Alright, let's dip down in here and see what all we've got down here. Let's see. Interesting use of bushes, leaves, whatever. We've got a sheep farming facility here. Okay. It looks like we've got pigs over there. Cows. More sheep there. Rabbits. Oh man, this place is awesomeness. Let's see, what do we got down here? I'm going to have to explore a little bit because never having been here, I don't know where the actual farm is. Okay, we have enchanting facilities. It looks kind of like a sort of trap set up here because all the water. Okay, we have an anvil up there. We have a guardian trained to get smart, or some kind of thing. Alright, I'm going to need to look around here and find where the actual guardian farm part of this is. Alright, here we are. This is the part of the trap where all these guys fall in here, go through the lava, burn up and die. And then their items are coming up through this really cool looking item elevator. You can see fish going up there, prismarine shards, prismarine crystals, and even slime balls. So this is cool. And I watched, stuff goes along there, comes down there, where it is heading into these chests. So we got prismarine shards out the wazoo. Tons of them. And over here is the crystals. And then you got slime balls. So I'm going to grab, say, oh, wait a minute. I already did this with the nether rack. I went over here to the fire. I took the nether rack and tossed it. I'm going to toss the flint in, toss in the cobblestone, and figure that'll be enough for the time being. That'll give me enough space. Actually, I don't need that much. Let's see. 5 stacks of those. A few stacks of these. There's a crafting table right handy. And I took a moment and looked up the recipe. If I can actually click when I mean to. There. Alright, I'm going to make up another stack of these things, because why not? And I figure some of these prismarine blocks would probably be useful as well. So I'm going to make up some of that. And that's a 4x. And I believe you can smelt these things to get a polished version. Or can you just craft them? No. Alright. Let's get me one more stack. And I'll hang around here and AFK a bit to generate a little something to replace what I'm using here. And then we'll head off to the Nether and apply these sea lanterns. Alright, here we go. Now we can start getting rid of these torches. And I think what I'm going to do, let's just make this a little bit easier on myself. Break those out of there. Break that out of here. Yeah, well, how about if I get the clay that I dropped. And I noticed that okay, from now on, silk touch on the sea lanterns if you want to preserve them. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put these lamps in place in the tunnel here. Get rid of these blasted torches that look so ugly. Actually, torches don't look all that ugly. It's just that the lamps look better. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tunnel fitted out with these things, and I'll be back. Got the lighting in place. Looks pretty good. Well, wait a minute. Whoa, hold it. Missed a spot. And you can tell because there's supposed to be 2 blocks between them. And it lines up here. The problem is, oh yeah, doesn't line up that way. I'm going to leave it for now. Tell me what you think. Should I put that back to green glass or leave the lamp there? Anyway, here's the thing coming all the way down through here. And because breaking the glass out, silk touching out the glass to put the lamps in, gave me a little bit more to glass, so I extended this out a little bit further here. And then, of course, similar with the clay, I got a little bit more progress there. So this thing is about as done as it's going to get for the time being. Now to head off to the portal. All right. Now I'm going to have to go mining and come up with some more granite before I can do any more, because that was the last I had. But it does occur to me that I could do a little bit better with the ceiling. I wanted to use the same theme as the minecart tunnel, and that means the ceiling on the inside needs to be the diorite. And frankly, what I should do is break up the diorite a little bit and space in some of the sea lanterns here for interior lighting. And let's see. That looks good. All right, yeah, that looks great. Okay, excellent. So, I'm going to be heading off to go mining, come up with some more granite, and get some work done on this thing. And I'm going to want some kind of gateway-like thing here. Actually, it won't be necessary once I have enough glass to finish the rest of the glass work. So, that's my next trick, is to go mining and get the granite, head off to the desert area and pick up enough sand to make the glass I need to finish that job out completely. And then this job might actually be done. Although I do have thoughts of a minecart thing to come through here just to kind of speed the trip up. Although it's not that long of a trip, so I don't know if I really need to bother with that. In any event, that's it for right now. There's not much more I can do without going mining, and nobody wants to watch mining. That's boring. So I'm going to get done with that, and sometime later on I got to get working on some Kerbal Space Program. We've got a lot of adventure going on there. Exploration, starting construction of a space station. That's going to be fun too. So be sure not to miss that. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm gone.